Can you see? Good girl. You're a good girl. So today, we are getting spayed. 1 year and a week old. And we decided to wait because number one, the breeder recommended it, and we just have been trusting the breeder, and we think that's a good idea. And the research that we did, well, the research I did, you know, the jury's out. In larger dogs, it appears that leaving or not neutering or spading and allowing that testosterone, whether it's male or female, it's testosterone that causes the growth and whatever, gives them stronger bones. That ACL tendon that tends to blow out on larger dogs tends to try to get this to stop vibrating. It tends to just give them a stronger, healthier skeletal structure and muscular structure. Obviously, testosterone, I mean, that's what it does. And also there's emotional, if you buy into this, there's emotional reasons why you want those hormones, personality. You just Google it yourself. There's lots of different articles about neutering young or neutering old. I think the biggest pro for young, like within under 6 months before first heat, in a female anyway, is ovarian cancer or just various types of cancers. And then the pros for not doing it is developmental. So regardless of what you believe in, this is my experience with not spading early. Every other dog that we've had, we've spayed probably within the first 6 months, definitely before the first heat, usually around 4 months, I think. And Lacey here is 1 week and 1 year old, and she had her first heat about 2 months ago. Maybe we're going on almost 3 months ago. And so that was kind of a messy process. Her sex gland area was swelled up ridiculously. I mean, she was ridiculously swollen. Her nipples were and still are swollen. And those body parts, those two areas, have never gone back to normal. She doesn't look like she had puppies. You know how a dog looks that has had puppies? They have more pronounced breasts, you know, tits, I don't know. She has, you can see them. I don't know if you can see them here when we're driving. Yeah, there we go. There's one. And they're just more pronounced. They're not big or hanging. They're just more pronounced. And that's been since she went into heat. And then her private area, you can see it from the back. It's just bigger, you know, just more pronounced. Now, if we trim her hair really tight, you really can't see it. If we trim her hair really tight, you can see it. Hands down, you can see it. If we don't trim her hair, then you can't see it. So it's not that bad. But when she was in heat, it was like luggage. I mean, she's carrying around a backpack back there. It was pretty bad. The actual bleeding process was a real pain. You know, I can't imagine dealing with this with a larger dog. She only went through one heat, but it lasted almost a month. 3 to 4 weeks, start to finish. First, she was very swollen. It was very obvious she was going into heat. Then one night, of course, at night, she sleeps with us. She started to, you know, spot. And so we bought some little diapers on Amazon. I'll show you some pictures of that. And she actually was fine in the diaper. She didn't mind it. She slept all night. But we bought a 3-pack, and what we would do is basically just every morning we had to throw it in the washing machine with, you know, some towels or whatever, And we just constantly kept this rotation of 3 because, you know, in the morning they were pretty nasty. And after about 3 weeks, an unusually long 3 weeks, we were Googling, like, how long does this really last? It was a solid 3 weeks. We did not sleep with her, or we didn't let her in the bed at night without the diaper until we had probably at least 2 nights of nothing, of no spotting, perfectly clean in the morning. I read that some dogs will keep themselves clean, you know, and by licking. It's kind of gross, but she was not that dog. She would literally bleed on the tile, the little drops of blood all the way through the house. And that's when we graduated to having the diaper on pretty much all the time, not just at night. But that really heavy portion only lasted for about a week, maybe a week and a half. I've started to block it out because it was terrible. But she's incredibly healthy, you know, very alert. I don't know what benefit, you know, we're seeing because every dog that we've had has kind of behaved the same way. So I'm not 100% sure if this was worth it or not. But we'll see. We'll see how long she lives. We'll see how healthy she stays. I can tell you from a personality standpoint, she is very in your face. She's a very in your face kind of dog. She's not shy or scared of anything. She's never been. And as a result of that, did the testosterone in her system help with that? I have no idea. But anyway, the vet that we use here, it's an all-day event. We're dropping her off at about 8:30 here, and the appointment, I believe, is at 11 because they accidentally sent me the surgery appointment. Meaning, you know, what they intended to do was just send me the drop-off appointment, but they texted me both appointments because somebody pushed the wrong button. So now I know that she has to sit in a cage for 3 hours, which is annoying to me, but that's okay, I guess. We'll get through it. And when I pick her up, she should be still pretty well drugged. And then we have about a 2-week recovery. They say she'll be in a cone. And my assumption is that I'm going to need to put some additional effort into keeping her calm, because when we've done this as a puppy, she's been when we've done this as a puppy, the puppies just are a little less, they're just a little bit more calm, less muscle, less ability to jump up on things and whatever. So we'll just have to see how she does, but I'll take you through the whole process, and this video will probably let it go ahead and run all the way through the 2 or 3 weeks of recovery, and you'll experience it right along with us, so stay tuned. Hey, don't lick the glass. Come on.
Back on the scale because they are doing a surgical thing. We just want to make sure everything's aligned. We're good. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, of course. You're more than welcome.
Come here. Get on here. Good girl.
25.2. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, baby.
You ready to go? Well, we picked her up. I picked her up. And she is... Hey, lazy. She is pretty wiped out. Baby. She's okay. She got a cone on her. I'll show you some pictures. But she is really tired. Everything went just fine. She's just super tired. So I had to switch cars. I don't have anything to hold the camera, but we're gonna take her home and let her sleep, but everything went just fine. They sent her home in a cone. We didn't use the cone at all. I'll show you what we used. You good girl. Lazy. Lacey, you sleepy? You sleepy? They did a nice job. They did a nice job buzzing you. The incision, they just leave it open. The stitches are internal. There's a little bit of blood around the incision, but for the most part, no weeping or anything. Well, we're one day, this is the next morning, and instead of being in my face, licking my face, she is just laying here. And this is our normal routine. Every morning, about 5 at the latest, usually wants to go out around 4:50, and around 5:15, I've got my coffee, and she wants to be pet, and she's usually in my face. If I stop petting her like this, she wants to be, she'll start, see what I mean with the licking? This seems to be more of a pain, or she seems to be licking this more than the incision. But anyway, the only change really is just, she's just as clingy, but rather than in my face, she's just groggy. And as far as her incision, that dusty area of whether iodine or blood, I'm not sure what that was, but we didn't put a collar on her at night, the cone collar, and clearly she didn't lick it. Now, I didn't have a very good night's sleep. I mean, I was up checking on her pretty constantly, and she laid up against me the whole night, but she clearly didn't lick at the incision. We were a little worried not putting the cone on her. Turned out to be no problem. Could be just her. We did buy her a wound recovery suit. Hey, we'll see how this thing works, but it's basically like a sweater, or if you've ever seen a thunder jacket, which is like a compression wrap. It looks like that. I wish we bought it before she had the surgery, because Amazon is at least 1 day delivery, but we'll see how that works. It should be here today, and I think we will put her in that if we have to leave her in the crate, so that we're pretty much guaranteed that she won't be able to lick at that incision. So stay tuned. That thunder jacket thing should be here later today. Well, as usual, she gobbled it all down, pills and all, and we fed her that same amount last night, but we fed her in 2 different batches because we didn't want her to throw up. So we gave her half, and then about an hour later, we gave her the other half. And here we are in the morning, and you are just right back to your normal self, right? All I did was mash this up in here, and just go ahead and break it up like I always do. It's a little frozen. She seems to actually prefer it with a little bit of ice. By the way, she loves to chew ice. Every time we get ice out of the dispenser, she wants a piece. So that probably would make sense that she likes her food a little frozen. I'm just gonna try to bury some of these pieces. I have a video on this, by the way. I have quite a few videos on her food and what we feed her. We give her raw food in the morning and in the evening, and then she grazes all day long on this mixture. We have 2 different foods here because we have another dog that comes over, and I just switch like this when my son's dog comes over, because that's her food. But we're eating just fine this morning. Is this your little healing jacket or suit? Your healing suit? You're not supposed to be doing that. Sit. Lacey, sit down. Sit. Stay. You're not coming. Sit. Sit down. Sit. 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 It's incredible. Hey, no. Hey, 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 come here. Come here. Come on. Come, hey, stop. Stop, 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 stop. Come on. She just had surgery. We had her spayed. She's not supposed to do that. Well, this is day 3, and it's literally like nothing happened. I have to keep her from jumping on the couch, which is almost impossible. And just now we had a running incident where she wanted to, you know, tear around. She kind of got the zoomies, so I calmed her down a bit. But it's like it never happened. 3 days later, never happened. We give her her pills. She gets pain pill and an antibiotic in the morning, and a pain pill at night. They don't seem to do anything. They certainly don't calm her down at all. But hey, come on, come here. Stay out of there. Stay out of that one. Anyway, so far so good. Ready? All right, put your head in there. Put your legs in. Here, sit down. Look at her thing real quick. Zoom in on that. So there's almost nothing to it. It's just a little cut. All right, come on, stand up. 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 Good girl. All right. There you go. Okay, get in. Hey. This is about a week. It's actually a week and 2 days after surgery. And totally fine. Absolutely fine. Totally just being herself. It's a plant. Come here. It's so scary. Okay, first bath. First, you know exactly what we're doing. We're getting a bath. This is 1 week. I'm sorry, 2 weeks. This is exactly 2 weeks. And got a little hard spot on either side of this blood mark right here. I'm assuming that this is gonna fall off because the top part of the scar here is looking pretty good. I think that what we'll see is this right here and this right here will fall off. But it has been exactly 2 weeks, and we're gonna get our first bath, and I'll show you what the scar looks like after your bath. Well, I must have deleted the video, but the scar looked exactly the same. Basically, there's these little hard spots under the skin, and that's the internal stitching. I was worried about that, but there's really no need to be worried about that. This has not grown back, and it's gonna take a while. You can see how long her hair is. My wife jokes around, she's gonna get her a rhinestone bracelet, but her belly is fantastic. And I'll show you how she runs around. But there's just a couple little bumps that you can see. A little bump right here, a little bump right here. The incision is totally healed. It's totally flat. Her nipples are larger than they were before she went into heat. And we think they're probably just gonna stay like that, but they're not swollen anymore. Now that she's been neutered or spayed, they were swollen around this area, now they're not. And these little bumps, I'm told, are the rest of the internal stitches that are still dissolving. So her behavior has not changed at all. If anything, she is more crazy and more clingy, which I love. Yes, I do. This is about a month after surgery, maybe a little better than a month, but her body color is changing. I don't think it's related to having her spayed. I think it's just timing. You know, through ages 1 through what we're told is almost 4 years old before they stop changing color. But look at how much lighter her body has gotten just since she's been spayed. This is about 2 months after surgery, and she is just right back to normal. Tearing all over the place. Having a good old time. You're a good girl. You're so good. We're over here at a rental property. I take her pretty much anywhere I possibly can. Of course, I was unprepared. Coming out nice. Remodeling this kitchen, and I forgot to bring a water bowl. So the paint tray worked just fine. This is 2 months to the day, and the scar is visibly gone. The hair grew back just the same direction that it was. And those 2 little bumps where the internal stitches were are completely gone. So 2 months, totally healed. I just wanted to show you this real quick. This is her coat. Come here. It's kind of hard to tell. But hey, there you go. There we go, that's a good view. It's so much lighter. Her head is dark. Her legs are dark. There we go. But her body is getting lighter and lighter. I'm actually going to do a video on how they change colors. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.